Haunted machines. This is a topic that has interested me for a very long time, and the reason behind it is this is going to sound really silly. It always feels like whenever you're around an old piece of tech, such as like a warplane, a battleship, something like that, that there tends to be like some sort of gravity to being around that thing. And I'm not just talking about the ones that like served in battle and had countless casualties attributed to them. No, I'm talking about any large machine. I can also speak from experience because I've had to deal with ornery machine spirits before. If you were in any branch of the military, you probably had to deal with these stupid things. The Humvee, I cannot stand this vehicle. But each one of them that I've ever messed with, both in the Canadian and the United States military, all had their own special startup procedure that you had to follow. And I'm not talking about like, oh, well, of course you need to flip it and make sure that the glow light turns off and everything like that. No, I'm talking about each one of them had a very specific series of events that needed to happen in order for it to turn on. The outliers were the ones that actually worked the way the book said that they were going to work, making you feel like a tech priest on Mars after that. And much more recently, I had to start a tractor at work. And the tractor, unfortunately, the lights had been left on, so the battery was completely dead. Buddy and I, we're out there on this tractor for hours charging the battery. I kid you not, we had that thing hooked up for literal hours to a Jeep. Revving the engine, trying to start it. Well, eventually, I get fed up enough to the point where I say, hey, you get on it and do not start it for X number of seconds. Totally arbitrary number, I just completely pulled it out of thin air. I then took off my necklace, which happens to have a crucifix on it, and I waved it around the front for about 28 seconds. Not even a perfect 30, 28 seconds. And I said, all right, dude, rev it up, start it. And it immediately started. We let it run for about 15 minutes. Everything should have been totally fine. We bring it over to the side, we turn it off. And I said, I'm going to try something real quick. I hop up because it's a pressure sensitive thing. I sit down on it. I try to turn it. It doesn't even try to turn over. Turns out the battery was completely dead. It shouldn't have started to get over there in the first place. This is an incredibly niche video, and I hope it does find the niche that I'm trying to find. But if you guys have any experience with your own machine spirit, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.